it's Christmas in the Sangre de Cristo. From Crestone Peak to the great sand dunes, we'll listen
where the universe does unite with your heart.
to Coyote
Start to see where the heart is and what the flow of that
sing
heart
his
is. And get
Christmas
with the flow of that heart and get on with that flow and get back into creation and stop having to live a planned out life that doesn't work out. That just causes pain and strain and all that nasty stuff to come forward, man. Enough of that stuff. I mean, if you had brothers and sisters when you were a kid, didn't you have enough of all that right there? You don't have to take that family thing and expand it out into humanity and try and fight with everybody else now, do you? You know? You won over your brothers and sisters in your own mind. Whether you really did or not, it don't matter. In your mind, in your heart, there was no question about who was right and who was wrong, and they were wrong and you were right, right? Well, not always, but the rightness comes from what? Knowing the flow of love in your life and living it. You know, letting go of all that designing, you know, inherited nonsense that says, you know, we're programmed and we're programmed right and therefore we're better than others because we got better programming, etc. You know, I mean, what a farce. That's a robot saying, I'm better than you are because I'm a more refined machine. You know what? Ever since R2-D2, there ain't been a more refined machine and there ain't going to be, man. The best machine is what lives inside of you, your own sweetheart. That created all of you, and not as a robot either, you silly kids. You just got to get out of this attitude that says you ain't got no gratitude because you're a robot, man. And see, Now, I know you feel like a robot. I mean, Dick Cheney looks in the mirror in the morning, what does he see? A machine, a robot controlled by others. Same with poor old Hillary and Billary and Trumpery and Bumpery and all the rest of them insane little idiots that think they're so in control, but they know they're robots. And they hate themselves for it, and that's why they hate you, because you're more free than they are, even though you're a robot too. Yeah, in this life, baby, you're following the darn formula, so you're a robot to a certain extent. You still got a heart, though, and you know it. And that's what unrobotizes you and makes you into shiny, happy people that ought to be laying a lot of love, not just on me, but everybody, man. I mean, you know, let this love be felt. Let the impact of this love affect everything, everyone, by recognizing that it already does. The impact of your little ripple on the water, your little part in the wave, man, your little molecule of creation. And without that little molecule, there is no creation. That's the impact you have. I don't care how small you think of yourself, how picked on, what a victim you are. You know, I was listening to a lady earlier this week, somebody wild. And she was quite wild, but she was starting to talk about experiences she'd had where she thought she'd been abducted and treated rather cruelly by some aliens. Yeah. Started to remember this stuff and started to hate herself for it. Yet, and all that victimization, yet as she went through the process and got through the victimization, she began to see an air of familiarity with these beings she was dealing with in this kind of outside your life sort of way, and began to wake up to what she was truthfully doing and what she was truthfully being and how she was here in service to humanity. Try and help bring us back to our sanity by living a human life herself, but being tremendously coached by her quote people, those who were behind her, the E.T. presences as she saw them, her E.T. family that come from another planetary reality than this one. But because we're all in this together and humanity is the children of creation, then the universe brings forward beings like that in service to us. Whole races. Plus there's the whole humanity already scattered across the universe. Yeah, we got cousins, uncles, and aunts everywhere out across them stars as you see them at night. Too bad you can't see them in the daylight. Then maybe you start to remember, because then you're seeing past the veil of the sun. See, the sun ain't meant to block out anyone. It's meant just to illuminate and shine bright and show you what you are. But the way it's designed here, it kind of warps itself into a little terrarium because it's divided away from us. It's a separate energy that hangs in the sky. One we can feel as warmth on our skin and see its growth in the world around us, but we feel it as a separate energy. That's an illusion, by the way, because that light lives in every one of us, and in reality is not personified by a shining sun in the sky, but a shining sun inside of everyone. That's why you're shiny, happy people. You got the sun inside, see? The more you realize that reality, that truth. See, that's living in the light, living in the sunlight. There's some other love. Yeah, from the sun, which is basically masculine, but yeah, it's feminine too. It's the mother love. It's her heart. So the masculine heart's in the mother love, which is feminine, don't you know, and cares for you just like you're a child, and will never let you go, and will always hang on no matter how bad or how good you get. We'll always pull for you. We'll always be there for you. We'll always be ready to enhance you and bring you back to a more powerful and full living life. No matter how good it gets, it can always get better, and she's there to prove that to you, to help you know that and understand that. Sometimes by taking the life away, tossing you down in this little 3D paradigm where you don't even know the way, and then you start to realize that you've always known the way, and that every moment you've lived and every experience in it means something. And you've really done something hanging out here and going through it. And the whole dang universe loves you for it, especially that family that works with you as an ET presence, as an angelic presence, as a more expansive, multi-dimensional presence. You see, we're all being affected and influenced by such things. We just haven't started to remember in the way that some others have, those who are leaders, you know. But those of us who are followers of the flow, man, we start to catch on and get the glow. We're not followers. We're flowers, man. They made a little distinction, a little, what do they call that, spell checker difference, because the spell checker didn't understand the flowers, which is flowers, you see, Flowers. Flowers, the blossoming of humanity, the heart that is coming to full presence now in each human being that lives. Each in their own way, in their own day, in their own time, but right now. And how? For everyone. You see, that's what we've been living for. It's why we've gone through all the sad and sorry experience we've been through. That's why we're experiencing what we're experiencing right now. In that more or less enjoyed, happy way, filled with appreciation, because you start to catch on. You start to live like Mr. Bojangles. You know the sweet, simple happiness in just being alive, and you're not afraid to sing about it. You're not afraid to be it, are you? Well, neither am I, babies, and that's what's on display here each and every day. Our love in motion on the Coyote Medicine Show, only and exclusively on the ever-loving, sweethearted, kick your butt across the block with an increasing love, babies, and bring you right back again and again on the Hazy Radio Network with Grandpa Coyote, the Coyote Medicine Show. Oh, babies, now you got that sunlight. Now you got that glow. Even though it might be 40 below out there, it's 120 above inside of your heart. And you got air conditioning going on now. Wow, and how? Bojangles, just tell us, man. Just tell us. I mean, I know it's nitty and gritty, but just tell us. Just display it. Show us how we really be, okay? Oh, I love you so, man. Rock and roll on the Coyote Medicine Show. Yeah, on the Everclear Hazy Radio Network. The very center of your universe. And, Jill, oh my goodness. You'll never make me ill, I'll tell you that. Here's to Jill and all that she did when she took that red pill, man. Says, I'm going to face it. I'm not going to chase it, and I'm not going to run from it either. I'm going to face it and dissolve it away. And here's what she see, and here's what Grandpa say as soon as we salute you with our heart this day. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. The heart of love in a coffee mug, I'll tell you, man. If you don't have yours, get on over to thecoyoteclub.com. Get one on the way, okay? Coyotes with a K always, and so's club. Anytime you know you're hanging out with Grandpa Coyote, you got to remember it's K is the way, man. because that's perfection. It's not weak like a little C that looks like a half-completed thing. K's got some structure and life to it, and it a very definite where C can sometimes be, or stuff like that. See, K is the way always, don't you know, when you're out with Grandpa to play, okay? Speaking of which, we got to honor our sweet Mary Jane again today, man, with the sacred herb. It's a wake and bake each and every day here with Grandpa Coyote on this Coyote Medicine Show. Don't you know I love you so? And it is so good to be alive and able to participate with you in this Rocky Mountain High and here. A moment of silence as I share the synchronicity of this great toke we just took here, man, which is a symbolic thing for an expansive energy, a glow that kind of erupts from our very center and, gently flows outward from our center into all that surrounds us. Augmented, of course, by the angel Mary J, which is flying above us each and every day and watching out for us and empowering all the other angels to come out and play and let us have it our way, okay? Oh, babies, I tell you, isn't this your good day? Now, this is how it happens. Tonight, or maybe tomorrow night, or last night, or maybe it was a night or two ago, and you just forgot about it. Now we're going to help you remember, don't you know? But you're just out there in the night. Maybe you had to step out and get the dog a little walk, whatever, But you're out there in the night, and it's clear as a bell out there, or as clear as it gets these days with all the crap in the air. But at least you can see a bunch of stars, man. And wow. As you're out there doing whatever it is you're doing, man, one of those stars connects with you, and you feel it. I mean, it's like, a door opens inside of you. But there's a visible shaft of light, energy, flowing between you and this one or two or three, or even a set of stars. But usually it's just one star, because it's a real personal thing. And a star's like a molecule in the universe, just like a human being is a molecule on the earth, Kind of how things work. Keeps it all in perspective, don't it? So there you are, you're getting that radiance, you're getting that glow from this star, but it's getting that glow from you too. That's what hooked it up. See, you, as you're beginning to realize now, as you're going through this experience of a few days ago or a day or two from now, who can say when it comes? It just is, because that's the way it is, and that's the way we are, and this is how we associate with our star. But it's not just that, because we've associated before, and not much else happened because of it. We've recognized that, in other words, and honored that connection, but now, in this moment, it's a powerful, living thing. Like I say, a visible energy, a doorway, a gateway, a spherical influence of light, a divine connection, the umbilical cord of life, in energy form, felt and seen between you and this star, which the star turns out to be just a little etching in the reality. A gateway into a much larger reality. The same way that every other star is. You see, real stars are like that. The planetary stars serve a little bit different function, but the real stars, the fiery ones, they're like that. Each one is gateways, and they really don't have fire. They have light. And the illusion of, atomic reaction, causing friction and heat and flame and explosions and horrible things, but growth. Stars, pure light, pure love, pure. You see what happened? We passed a veil of darkness over our reality because we needed to experience some anti-life for a while. So we got it, but as we did, there were little, I got to reposition my mic. As we did, there's these little openings that remained in that veil of darkness we passed across our heart and therefore across the sky. So we could only see little teeny tentacles of light in the night. And in the daylight we saw one big huge star. Took us a long time to realize that the sun and the nighttime stars, those little tiny things, were the same thing, really. The same kind of thing, but made of the same essence. Because each is an opening to that other side. That side where people go to when they supposedly die and get lost from here. They never get lost. They're always found. No matter how much, guilt they're found to be hanging around with, and they let it go as they roll I mean, I remember, death moments before, and it's a flow right back into life. It's another birth, man, but it's a birth into that eternal love that never is gone from anything. So in other words, the same thing we're talking about with the star, which can only represent a little bit of it. Suddenly it expands and there is no darkness. And these lives are united in their light. And it's all bright. I mean, we have some shady contrast, yeah. That's seasoning, flavor to life. We got to have a little, spice and flavor here, man. We got to have a little sizzle, Got to have it going on, I mean, got to be able to feel. That's the deal. Makes it real, Yeah, yeah. So now as you're becoming a part of that star in that day or two ago or from now, you're also becoming the universe united. You unite with your one little element, your one molecular element in this reality, which is, your specialty, your place in it, which is that star. Every person has a star, at least one. It's part of them. See, we're made of the stars, but the stars are made of what? Us, which is the larger universal life, which is larger than the universe by a long shot. It just keeps replicating itself outward in that expansive way and inward in the contractual way. But all smooth. There's a flow in it, a glow in it, like a big donut, comes from the center, rolls outward, back inward, but it's always spiraling and growing. So it's getting higher and, bigger and broader and more feeling all the time and darn happy about its presence in that too. So this is what you feel and see forming around you as that moment occurs, that moment of reconnection with life is really what it is, because you're reconnecting with the star essence you're made of, that your person is made of in the larger person of this great reality we live in, man. So quite naturally, that same kind of energy field, kind of donut-like, starts to form around you, man. And this becomes your modus operandi, your form of transportation, of getting from here to there in this universe, because you're beginning to realize you've just become unrestricted. See, you just set the prisoner free from the prison by dissolving away the prison, letting the light come through to you and reawaken the light inside that gives you the clear vision that cannot be imprisoned in any way, nor victimized, nor tortured. You see, nor can it feel any more or less than any other life around it, for all life is held in the equitous heart of love, the mother love, the sweet Mary Jane, as we call her here on the Coyote Medicine Show on the Hazy Radio Network, which of course some people have taken to mean a religious symbol, which is very similar to the energy we speak of, but not the same. You see, Mary Jane is the life we're living, the love we're made of. She's the mother love, and everything else is a replication, a living replication of the mother love, given in our little molecular way. Isn't it awesome, man? Yet in that molecule, the whole power of the universal heart exists. That's the Mother Mary J, gateway to paradise. Now, and you don't have to toke on her smoke or participate in her in any way to understand this and to live this. But it's good when you do, when you can. It just shows her honor and respect for what she does provide for us, and for the little miracles that surround us in our dumbed-down states. When we're feeling so damn low we don't think we'll ever get the journey on, don't you know? Yet there she is constantly, and providing for us in these very unusual ways, sometimes in the form of an illegal substance that's a plant that can't possibly be outlawed because it grows in nature. Crazy shit, I know, but we've chosen some weird ways here. But we're getting over them now, don't you see? It's all so simple now. So be ready for your moment of reconnection, your moment of getting it back in the heart, when the star and you combine to become one. See? And you become completely unrestricted. In other words, you're not compelled to be in any place or any situation at any given time for any given reason, except as given from the urgency in your own sweet heart, which knows exactly where to be and who to be with in all moments of living, and knows how to express that living in the most expansive of ways. and knows that is what's here to learn and to remember, because we sure have restricted ourselves away from it. Same way the stars could only represent a tiny little bit of the light that they really are, that we all really are. And the sun, still, for all of its grandness and its ability to burn you and all that stuff, still just a minor representation of what's on the other side of that sun, that grand star in the sky. It's where we're all united in the light that we're made of, which is the love of sweet Mary J. Helping us always get it underway, wouldn't you say? Oh, Grandpa, ho, 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 and away we go. The treasure chest of the heart, open now. Here, have some solstice flow, okay? Given in that hazy sort of way. On the Hazy Radio Network, the Coyote Medicine Show with Grandpa Coyote. And a whole raft of angelic presences such as yourself joined in this radiant love and living life. Ooh, baby. I love the solstice, don't you?
Oh, it's Christmas in the Sangre de Cristo. From Crestone Peak to the great sand dunes, we'll listen to Coyote sing his Christmas tune.